Year could affect similar laws in about 24 other states the critics call transgender discrimination. A Democrat has won the last House race that was too close to call for about a month. Adam Gray unseated Congressman John Duarte in California by 187 votes. Republicans, though, still will have the House majority next Congress. America's listening to...
Hey, everyone. It's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with DayQuil VapoCool. It's DayQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is DayQuil VapoCool.
DayQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
South Korea's president is in a hornet's nest he created. Angry lawmakers are now considering impeaching President Yoon Suk-yeol for declaring martial law, accusing his opponents of being criminals and fearing communists might take over. But he had to withdraw that declaration hours later when Parliament voted to overrule the president. Meanwhile, a Chinese national here in the U.S. illegally, Shenghua Wen, has been arrested.
Charged with conspiracy to violate the International Emergency Economic Powers Act.
We allege that he conspired with government officials in North Korea to obtain military supplies, including firearms and ammunition, to obtain technology, and then conceal that technology and those materials in shipping containers that departed from the port of Long Beach.
U.S. Attorney Martin Estrada alleging when shipped the prohibited items to North Korea, alleging the country funneled him $2 million. The 41-year-old also admitting to plans to obtain military uniforms in an attempt to help North Korean soldiers disguise themselves to conduct a surprise attack against South Korea. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
President Biden will soon leave Angola, wrapping up his first trip to Africa during his time in office. He left Sunday after controversially pardoning his son Hunter, that's been widely criticized by Republicans and even Biden's fellow Democrats, and now a judge, too.
District Judge Mark Scarsi's 5-page order took issue with President Joe Biden's unconditional pardon of his son Hunter, saying the Constitution doesn't give the president, quote, the authority to rewrite history. Hunter Biden pleaded guilty in September to 9 tax offenses and was convicted in June of illegally buying and possessing a gun as a drug user. The president's pardon granted clemency for the tax and gun offenses, plus any potential federal crimes he may have committed from January 2014 through December 1st, 2024.
That's Fox's Tanya J. Powers. On Wall Street, stocks may rise. Dow futures up more than 100 points ahead of the opening bell this hour. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Lawrence County depends on WDXE News, on the air since 1951. This is The Legend. 105.3, 95.3, WDXE.
That's us. It's time for the Friends and Neighbors Hour, and my friends and neighbors today are Miss Emma Woodard and Bet Patterson. Is that right? And you guys are with Lawrence County High School Beta Club.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, I'm so glad to have you here this morning. And I think it was Miss Erin Sisk who contacted me and asked about coming on. And I'm so glad she did because we're always looking for guests. And, I haven't had anybody from the Beta Club.
Never?
Never.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
I've never even been in the Beta Club.
Well, you're in for a surprise.
All right, let's talk. We'll start with Miss Emma. I want to ask you a little bit about you and your background and who you are and where you're from and all that kind of stuff. You live here, obviously.
Yes, I've lived here for forever.
Forever?
Forever.
Okay, who are your folks?
My mom, her name is Kelly Yoakum, and she works at Crockett, David Crockett Elementary.
Yeah.
My dad, he lives in Columbia.
And you live here.
And I live here with my mom.
With your mom. Awesome.
Yes.
Well, good for you. Good for you. Now, did you go to Lawrenceburg Public or?
No, so I actually went to Crockett as well.
You went to Crockett.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So, and then made it to high school.
Yes. And I'm a senior now.
Senior in high school.
Yes.
What have been some of your activities as you come through school?
So my freshman year, I played softball for the high school softball team. and then I didn't really like it, so I didn't do a sport sophomore year. And then junior year, I decided to join the dance team.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes, and then that ended. We actually don't have a dance team anymore,
Oh,
so
okay.
that's why I'm not in a sport this year.
Okay. You're coasting in your senior year.
Yes, I'm just really focused on beta this
Very
year.
good. Very good. And Bette Patterson, tell me a little bit about yourself.
I have lived here my entire life,
Yes.
right here in Lawrenceburg. My parents are Shelley Patterson. She works at Lawrence County High School, and my dad is Marty Patterson, and he works at LUS.
Ah, all right. Very good. And you went to elementary school where?
LPS.
Lawrenceburg Public.
Yes.
All right. And made it to high school. What have been your
Yes.
activities? Now, are you a junior?
I'm a junior.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I have been in beta the whole time in high school. I'm involved in a lot of clubs. I'm in HOSA, beta, SGA. I'm involved in a lot of that stuff, so I don't play any sports for school.
And I know you were also involved in the community theater group.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you were at the theater last night?
Yes, sir.
For It's
was.
Christmas Again, y'all. Good
Yes,
deal.
sir.
That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And I found out just a minute ago that you're friends with my daughter May. So that's amazing. Well, good deal. Well, you're here specifically today to talk a little bit about Beta Club and Beta Club activities. For those who don't know what Beta even stands for or what Beta Club is, tell me a little bit about that, either one of you.
It's a club of academics. The 4 pillars of our Beta Club are character, leadership, service, and achievement. So we are the leaders of our school, at least try to be the leaders of our school.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's about developing leadership, I'm sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Does Beta actually stand for something?
It does not.
It doesn't. Well, I didn't know that.
It just has the 4 pillars.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, I didn't make it to the Beta Club. There's some qualifications to be in the Beta Club.
Yes, sir.
Tell me what you have to be in the Beta Club.
So you have to maintain an AB average and at least have a 3.5 GPA to be in our club.
AB average and a what?
A 3.5 GPA.
I'm going to try it. I'm going to try to get there. I'm gonna try to get there and see if I can make it. An AB average. I didn't have an AB average.
You didn't?
No, I had more of a EFG average. So.
Oh. A for excellent.
Yeah, or an M&M, something like that. An M&M average or something like that, I guess. So you guys, now I was going to ask you, how many folks are actually in the Beta Club?
So with our school, we actually have 153 active members.
153. Now, are they all classes?
Yes, it's freshman
through senior.
Freshman through senior. Now, do they all pretty much operate together, or are they sectioned out? Or, because you've got, freshmen, sophomore, junior, seniors, are there separate activities, or y'all pretty much act together?
So whenever we hold our meetings, everybody's together, but recently we did travel to Nashville for state competition, and that's when everybody kind of splits up and does their own thing.
Okay, now what's the competition like? What is that?
So we do various competitions. There's academic testing, there's visual arts where people paint and compete with their arts, and then we also do team competitions, which is like engineering and designing things.
Oh, wow. Okay. So how did we do? How did we do in some of those competitions?
We actually came home with 13 awards.
Really?
Yes.
How many students went to that event?
We had 60 members competing at the state level.
Wow. Some of the old movies I've seen where they have like the academic, I don't know what they call it, but the competitions where they have a panel of students over here and a panel of students over there, and they ask questions. Is it something like that?
That would be more like a quiz bowl.
A quiz bowl.
Yes.
Have you participated in that at all?
Not me.
Well, let's do it this morning. Okay, we'll do a quiz bowl this morning. And by the way, we will open up the phone lines too for those folks out there that would like to maybe chime in or ask questions or make comments regarding maybe their own experience in the Beta Club years ago.
Okay.
We'll have an audience here of folks of all ages and a lot of folks that are my age and older that at one time went to high school, and so they may have some comments or questions for you, too. So the lines are open, 766-9393. Our guests today are Emma Woodard and Bette Patterson. They are with LCHS Beta Club. You guys have got some activities lined up, do you not?
We do.
Yeah. Hang on just a second. I knew this lady would call. She chimes in and listens a lot and always had good comments. Good morning. How are you?
I'm old enough to be their grandmother or their great-grandmother, so this goes way back. When we were in school, it was a little bit different, but I'm curious about how they judge character. And the reason is, back in my day, there was a demerit system, and I didn't know if that disqualified people from being in the Beta Club, but I bet it did when they mentioned character. I'd be interested in them if they had time later to break down, like, how they're evaluated, and especially, like, character. I'm sure that's behavior. And
yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
That was part of my problem. I had was bad behavior. I'm just kidding. It wasn't terribly bad. There are qualifications, though, to be in the Beta Club. And I'm sure that, your attitudes are part of it, that kind of thing. Is there a system of evaluation for that, too?
Yes, sir. So we do have behavioral requirements. You can have no disciplinary action or office referrals to be in the Beta Club.
Oh, wow. Well, that is a leadership quality, to be able to, adhere to the rules, follow the rules, and set a good example. I'm sure. Yeah. All right. Well, very good. We were going to talk about some of the activities that that you've got planned. I know that Big Kahuna's coming, right?
Yes, it is. It's coming very quick.
When is that?
I think January. They actually changed it to the beginning of February, I think.
Okay.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's been a tradition at Lawrence County High School for a while.
Yes, sir.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, I'll let you guys tell me what you guys are up to. What are you doing?
So the first thing coming up, we have our Christmas Tour of Homes fundraiser, and that is this Sunday, December 8th from 1 to 4. You can buy tickets at Paper and Thread, and the cost is $20 per ticket. You get to see 3 decorated homes: the home of Barry and Sherry Glass, the home of Ben and Emmy Gobble, and the home of Doug and Tammy Stokes. We also have an event page on Facebook that you can follow. All you have to search is Beta Christmas Tour of Homes. And then I have a little information about each of the homes. Ben and Emmy Gobble have a new home that they built on their Gobble family farm. They have goats and cows and love the farm life. Doug and Tammy Stokes have an older home built in the 1930s that has been renovated with lots of detail that reveal that it's an older home with newer amenities. Barry and Sherry Glass have a home, and Sherry loves Christmas and decorates so much that she has to start in August. It's a real treasure to see.
I know those folks.
You know all of them?
I think so. And I especially know Barry and Sherry Glass.
Yes.
They've never invited me to their house, by the way. I'm just saying.
They make you buy a ticket.
I'll have to buy a ticket. That's good. Awesome. Well, so if someone wants to go, how does this work?
So basically, when you buy your ticket, later on you'll be given an address to each of the homes, and you'll get to tour them. We'll have workers in each of the homes that will help out, and you just get to see all the pretty Christmas decorations and the lights.
Will there be something to eat?
Some of the houses, maybe.
If they want to feed you.
Yeah, all right, okay. Now let's when is the tour of homes again?
It's this Sunday, December 8th, from 1 to 4 o'clock.
Okay, so it's this coming Sunday from 1 to 4. How's the participation so far? Has it got a lot of people that have signed up?
I think we've sold quite a few tickets.
Yeah. So, and I'm sure you do this. People would go at their own pace.
Yes.
So it's like you would go to each home, spend whatever time you need to, and then go to each one.
Yes, sir.
Do y'all have, and of course the addresses will be given. I don't know if we have to give them here, but the addresses will be given then.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Well, what else is happening at Lawrence County High School these days? And we'll come back to that. We'll revisit this before. Okay.
Yes. So we're going to Nationals June 20th through June 26th in Orlando, Florida at Disney World. And that is what we are fundraising for currently. That's part of the Christmas tour of homes. So yeah.
Now, what is this?
It's nationals, so we compete with all the other states that
This is Beta Club,
Beta Club.
Beta
Yes,
Club
sir.
Nationals, and they're having it at Disney.
Yes, sir.
So there's some real benefit of being in the. There's some real benefit of being in the Beta Club, and
Yes, sir.
not to mention the benefit of having good grades and good behavior, all that kind of stuff. There's a benefit to that, right?
Yes, sir.
What do you think? I guess on a personal level, and I'd like to hear from both of you on this. How do you think you've benefited from being a part of Beta?
I think I've definitely kind of gotten myself out there. I used to be a really shy kid, and now I'm on a radio station talking, and I feel like I never could have done that
Really?
years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, both of you are very bright and pleasant, easy to talk to. I don't see any problems. So you were shy, huh?
I used to be so shy.
Yeah. So how did that come about? Do you have to?
So the Beta Club started at Lawrence County High School my sophomore year. We didn't have it my freshman year, and I joined it my sophomore year, and I really liked it. Like, I got along with everybody, and I was like, you know what? I think I want to run for office.
Oh, wow.
And so I did that my junior year, and I became the president of the Beta Club, and I've been president ever since. And just talking, like, we get all talking points, like whenever we talk to the club during our meetings, and I feel like after doing that for so long, you just kind of open up and you're easier to talk. Like, you're not as shy anymore.
Well, you've learned some people skills, obviously, and that comes with some maturity and being exposed with folks, and then you've been kind of thrust into a leadership position even in the club.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a little bit of a challenge, I guess. What's a typical meeting consist of?
So we go over kind of what we're going to do for that month. We always have a service project, like this service project for December. We're going to do hospice donations.
Oh, wow.
So we donate things that they need to the hospice patients, and we also make cards for them.
Well, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. Having been close to and being close to folks, even in family, that are in that circumstance, where you've got someone who's in need of hospice, that kind of thing. There's a lot of challenges with that. So I'm glad to hear that you guys kind of have given that some attention. That's a good thing.
Every Christmas, we try to do the hospice because I just hold a place really close to it in my heart.
Yeah.
That every Christmas we should do the hospice donations.
That's nice. That's very, very nice. Well, what about you, Bet? How do you feel like that the Beta Club activities have benefited you?
So mine is similar to her. Just being able to talk in front of people. I'm also an officer. I'm the chaplain of the Beta Club. And my job is just to encourage people. So I have to really get out there and talk to people, make sure they're getting things done that they need. Before every meeting starts, I say a prayer and read a Bible verse to get us started off.
Awesome.
And that just takes a lot. And it's really helped me and encouraged me to be able to do that. So
Very good.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Now, did you start with Beta Club in your freshman, sophomore? You've been there.
So I started Beta when I was in the 4th grade.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
So you've been smart all the time.
Yes,
been
sir.
smart the whole time. Oh,
Yes,
my
sir.
gosh. Okay, well, good for you.
Yes, sir.
Good for you. You said you were involved in other clubs as well, right?
Yes, sir. I am.
Well, so you put yourself out there quite a bit.
I do. Yes, sir.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I found out that you were in the It's Christmas Again, Y'all.
Yes, sir.
What did you do in that play?
A lot of things.
I know y'all had several.
I was one of the elves in the elf number. I got to be Mary at the end of the show.
Oh, was that you?
Yes,
you were
it was
married.
me. Yes,
okay.
sir.
Awesome. Very
Yes.
good. Very good. Well, yeah, that's another thing, just participating just in the community,
Yes,
being
sir.
involved in the community like that. That's awesome. Good for you. Good for you. Well, obviously you guys enjoy being a part of this, or you
Yes,
wouldn't
sir.
do it, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what else can you tell me about some activities? I'm really intrigued about this Disney trip.
Oh, the Disney trip?
Yeah.
So I can tell you all the winners that we have going.
Let's do that. Let's talk about that.
All right, so we competed at Nashville at the state level at Gaylord Oberlin Hotel this past November. We had 60 members compete, and we placed in 13 categories.
So in our academic test, Easton Goolsby placed in 5th in 9th grade agri-science. Boone Gobble placed in 3rd place with 9th grade health and physical education. Aurora Williams placed 4th place in 9th grade language arts. Jake Ensom placed 1st place with 9th grade mathematics academics. Annalise Kephart placed 1st place in 9th grade psychology.
So that was all our academic testing. That was the first night that we were in Nashville. The second night, we learned that Clara Lerner placed 3rd place in vocalist solo performing arts. She sang Don't Rain on My Parade by Funny Girl, and she also received a golden ticket for premier performer at Nationals, which means she'll get to perform at Nationals.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah, she's so good. Brooks Durham placed 5th place in Division I speech. Alexis Harris received 2 rewards. She placed 5th place in Division II drawing and 3rd place in Division II on-site drawing.
And then our engineering team placed 2nd place. The team members of that were Jake Enson, Phoenix Fisher, Zane Hinkle, Yesh Patel, and Zach Archer. And then our service learning showcase placed 5th place. The team members were Jackson Grant and Chloe Stone. And then our club training pin placed 4th, and it was designed by Boone Gobble.
Those were all of our winners at Nashville this past November.
Okay, so now, will that many people be going to the Nationals?
Probably not. They get to pick if they want to compete or not, but they're always invited since they did win.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. Very, very good. Now, you guys planning to go?
Yes, sir.
I might.
I figured.
Yes, we get the whole park to ourselves from like 9 to midnight. A few nights, so that's kind of nice.
And that's Beta
At
Club.
Disney World.
That's Beta Club National, though.
Yes,
so it's
sir.
not like just Lawrence County High School.
Right.
So it's Beta.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any idea? And I don't know. Do you have any idea how many kids that would be at the park from across the country?
Be so many.
That's going to be a lot, isn't it?
A lot.
That's going to be probably in the thousands.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if we're going to give the whole park to them.
Yes, sir.
That's going to be something.
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. So Beta Club, do you have any idea of the history of Beta Club, how it got started at all? I was just curious.
Not really. I only know whenever it was established.
When was it established?
1939.
1939. Well, that was even before my time. Yeah, there's a few people out there that might not be. And you know who you are, by the way. It's 8:25, and I have guests from Lawrence County High School here. Of course, it's the Friends and Neighbors Hour, which is brought to you by us at Hood and Hester Realty and Auction Company. My guests today are Emma Woodard and Bet.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to say bait, and I knew that wasn't right. Bet Patterson, I'm sorry. I'll get it right in a minute. I promise I will. That's why I'm not in the Beta Club, see? I can't even read my own writing. We talked about this. There's 150, how many members?
153 active members.
153. How many students are at Lawrence County High School?
Oh, goodness.
Are there 12, 1,300, something like that? I
want to say it's around
1,200.
Yeah.
I think it's closer to 1,200.
That's right. That's right. Who are the staff leaders that are help with the Beta Club?
So our sponsors at the Beta Club are Miss Marley Good, Miss Shelley Patterson, and Miss Erin Sisk.
Erin is who contacted me.
Yes, sir.
And she turned y'all loose today. What's a typical day like for you guys? We'll just do them one at a time. So you got you're a senior this year, so are you have a full load, or you're working on different things? What are you doing?
So my typical day looks like I don't have any college classes right now. I actually do dual credit through cosmetology.
Okay.
So I go to first period, I have English, and then I have art, and then I have personal finance, and then I have 2 periods of cosmetology.
Are you headed for that, you think, as a career?
I think I actually want to go into the dental field.
Really? All right, so maybe a dentist or just...
Maybe just like an assistant or even a hygienist in the future.
Yeah. So you got your eye on that. You think you'll hang around here in these parts, or where do you have to go to school to do that?
Yes. So Columbia State actually offers a pre-dentistry program that I've been looking into.
Okay.
And I think I might start out with that.
Very good. Very good. Well, our teeth are important.
Yes, they are.
They're important.
Gum disease is scary.
Very good. So you've got some plans then.
I do.
You've been working on it. You know, I think it's amazing. May, my daughter, who is now 16, she's already talking about what she wants to be, where she wants to go to school, all those kind of things. And I'm like, just slow down. You don't have to know that right now. But you guys are focused on that, aren't you?
Yes, and it goes by so fast. I feel like I was just walking into high school, and now I'm about to graduate.
Yeah, it does go by fast. It goes by fast. Now, what about you? What's a typical day like for you?
So I start off in chemistry first thing in the morning, then I go to rehabilitation, and it's a medical class. And then I go to medical terminology, and it is a Columbia State class that I get to take at school. And then I go into my study hall, and then I go into foods and nutrition, and we just get to cook in there pretty much and learn about health and all that fun stuff.
So you cook every day in there a little bit?
Not every day, at least once a week.
At least once a week?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's a typical thing you might fix?
So we have done cookies, cobblers. I think this week we're going to do like quesadillas.
I would like to know when those are ready.
Okay.
If it's okay. Quesadillas are good. So it sounds like that you may be headed for the health field as well.
Yes, sir.
So tell me what you're thinking.
I'm kind of stuck in between a few things right now. I'm just looking into like medical office maybe, rather than going into like a clinic or a hospital. So.
Okay. There's a lot in the health field, isn't there?
There is.
Yeah, a lot of opportunities. Yeah, and it seems like we're consumed with our health all the time. And there's something wrong with me all the time. So I wake up and find a new pain just about every day. It happens when you get to be ancient. I'm not that old, but old enough, I guess. Old enough. So you guys have exciting futures ahead. That's great. Your daily activities at school. Now, there's a lot of sports activities. You guys are not necessarily in sports, but you guys probably go to the games and all that kind of stuff. So what's happening now? What's the big thing happening at school right now, Lawrence County High School?
So recently, one of our basketball players, he's a senior. His name is Alex Bedford, and he last night just hit 1,000 points.
Really?
Yes.
1,000 points already. Alex Bedford? Well, congratulations to you, Alex. Very good. Very good. I bet that was exciting.
Yes. I saw it on Facebook this morning.
Yeah. Now, do you guys get to go to a lot of the games and all that kind of stuff, too?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
yes, and we're actually starting a new fundraiser at the basketball games this year.
What are we doing?
It's called Chuck a Duck.
Chuck a Duck. Now, tell me about that. What do we do?
So we're going to be selling ducks to kind of throw onto the court during the girls' halftime games for a chance to win a prize.
Well, describe that whole thing to me, because you've lost me.
Okay, so there will be a stand before the girls' games where you can buy a duck, and this is like really aimed towards children so they can throw the ducks onto the court. We'll have targets every game placed out. Whoever lands their duck closest to the target will win the prize.
Oh, okay. What kind of ducks are they?
They're just like the little claw machine ducks that you would get at like the Brass Lantern.
Oh, okay. All right. Are they fuzzy or are they little rubber ducks?
They're like little rubber ducks.
Little rubber ducks. Okay. Well, everybody needs a little rubber duck.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. Now, when will that begin?
I think we've already started it, haven't we?
Probably.
We probably have.
Okay. All right. So is this at the home games now?
Yes, it's only home games.
So it's happening at every game?
Yes, during the girls' halftime.
During the girls' halftime. When is the next game, or do y'all know?
Oh, gosh. I'm more of a football girl.
Yeah, okay. Well, I kind of like football myself, so.
Maybe tomorrow?
Maybe.
maybe.
I know we had a away game last night.
Well, I've got a son and a grandson that would love to throw the ducks, no doubt, no doubt. Well, that's pretty neat. That's a good idea. Who came up with that?
Miss Marley Good.
Really? All right. So tell me, what would be a prize?
Probably like a gift card or like a basket put together, something around that.
Okay. All right. Now, it is a fundraiser for who?
It is to send our kids to nationals.
Okay, so this is part of the Beta Club.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to keep up. I'm trying to keep up with what we're doing. So it is one of your Beta Club fundraisers. What else have you guys got going on?
So, as we were talking about earlier, Big Kahuna is coming up, I think, early February.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also a really good fundraiser for us.
So what are some of the activities around Big Kahuna?
So, Big Kahuna is a big basketball game that it's Beach Week themed. So we have Beach Week, which is all week for a week. We have stands in the gym with food and different items that you can purchase leading up to that week's basketball game.
Kids really get into that, don't they?
Yes, they do. They try to get out of that lunch food.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, speaking of lunch food, we had good lunches, and for the most part, they were pretty good. Do y'all have pretty good lunches, you think?
Sometimes.
Sometimes
they're good.
But if you have a chance to get something different, it's good, huh?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So what would be the typical thing to happen during Beach Week?
So during Beach Week, everybody gets to go to the gym, and they get to go to the different stands. And we actually send one person from each club to be our Big Kahuna. So it's kind of like Homecoming Queen, but it's a boy.
Oh, okay.
So he gets to be the Big Kahuna.
Yes.
Yes.
So Beta will have a sponsored Big Kahuna member.
Yes. We haven't decided who it will be yet.
Okay. All right. And each of the other clubs will have their Big Kahuna guy, and they all try to do fundraising.
Yes, and whoever raises the most money will be crowned Big Kahuna.
Yes. Well, now what are those funds for? The Big Kahuna funds? Are they just general funds for the school?
I'm not sure if they're for the school or for each individual club. I'm not very sure about that.
I'm not either. That's okay. That's okay. By the way, the phone lines are open, 766-9393, if you'd like to talk with these girls from the LCHS Beta Club and or anything surrounding Lawrence County High School and activities over there. You guys are well informed as far as what's happening. I was going to ask you about the booths that you mentioned. And so what are the typical, what are those booths? What's happening there?
So we sell food from the booths. We usually like to have like sweet treats and a main course. So usually it'll be like Mexican. We'll have like fried rice and chicken.
Really?
You can buy a plate. They're around like $3 to $5, however the club wants to price it. And then we always have sweets like Oreo balls and brownies.
Now, does each club have their own little booth? Is that what's happening?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you name some of the other clubs and activities that they do at the high school?
So we have Skills USA. They are a club that kind of goes into like the workforce almost. Like cosmetology is a part of it, welding, automotive. It's very hands-on. It's a very hands-on club.
Yeah, it's the technical end of things like that.
Yes.
Awesome.
We have the HOSA Club, and it is just all health.
Now, you're involved in that, right?
Yes, sir. I am.
Tell us a little bit about that. What happens at HOSA?
So we also compete at state. So we compete in all things medical. And then we also have a nationals, but we haven't been there quite yet. We try to meet like once every 2 months because it's a newer club. We don't have a lot of things to do right now, but we are definitely getting there.
Okay, good deal.
Yes,
good
sir.
deal. So you're involved with that because of the health issue, the health direction that you're going.
Yes, sir.
Very good. What's some of the other clubs?
Another club that we have is SGA, that's Student Government Association, and they take care of things like homecoming. They organize the whole homecoming week, and they're over a lot of the activities that we do at Lawrence County High School.
Very good. Very good. Do you guys have favorite teachers?
Yes.
I do. Yeah.
Would it put you on the spot if you said, my favorite teacher is so-and-so? maybe?
Well,
You don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
My favorite teacher is my mom.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
had her as a
That's so
teacher
sweet.
twice.
There you go. Can't go wrong with that.
I have so many different favorite teachers, I feel like.
Yeah, yeah,
We have a lot of good teachers in Lawrence County.
yeah. I know they're dedicated staff over there that work hard, and we've got them all across the county that take their job seriously and work hard to try to make the schools as good as they can.
Yes, sir.
And you guys are products of that. You know, you benefit from all the efforts that are made. You know, it's something that a lot of kids may take for granted, and you guys have matured enough now, I think, to think about the fact that you're benefiting from a lot of effort that have gone on before you, and people who've dedicated their lives to education. My wife was a school teacher. She taught for several years in the system, and then kind of retired out. But I know how dedicated school teachers are. And of course, my son-in-law still teaches. Is Brad Story. He teaches Ingram Sal, and so we've been connected to the schools and school system here. And I told you I graduated in '79.
Yes.
You know, well, I've always said we were the last of the '70s, and they were glad to get rid of us.
And you went to Lawrence County High School?
Lawrence County High School.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere I guess on one of those walls of where the classes are. I may have a picture there somewhere. I don't know.
I'll have to go look.
Have y'all? Do y'all ever look at those pictures on the walls?
I do.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, I used to do that too. Those old pictures and the classes that have gone on before you. There's a lot of history there.
Yes.
Does history enter? Do you guys like history subject at all?
I really like history. I had a really good history teacher my junior year. She taught me so much.
Well, you know, that makes a lot of difference. The teacher that can present a subject, and history's one of them. Mr. Daniel was good when I was in high school, and he really got the kids. He came dressed as Benjamin Franklin one day, and he would really get into teaching, and I learned a lot of American history with him there. What about favorite subjects?
I really liked my anatomy class. I know that's not really a subject, but
Anatomy class. Wow. Okay. You guys are really health direction. You're kind of headed in that health direction there.
we have a really good nursing program. We have
Yeah.
a really good HOSA building.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about that.
So our D building, we also call it our HOSA building. It has a bunch of classes that range from so many different medical classes. We have very good teachers. You can take health science your freshman year and work all the way up to anatomy and medical terminology. And we just have such good teachers.
You guys are so much smarter than I am. I just don't know about all that. So you can probably name all the body parts.
Ooh, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
Wow. Very good. Very good. Well, we've still got a few more minutes. Again, the lines are open if someone wants to chime in and talk to these girls or ask them anything. And I'm kind of wondering myself, you guys, not sports, more academic oriented, a beta club, obviously, that kind of thing. What other clubs you said you were involved in quite a few things. Give me some other clubs.
HOSA, SGA, Beta. I know I'm missing
Well,
one.
how do you have time to do anything?
I know. I don't.
Y'all stay busy.
Yes,
You too,
sir.
I guess.
I'm in Beta, and then I'm also in Skills USA, and I'll be going to compete in April.
Now, what is Skills USA? Let's talk about that.
So Skills, I'm going to compete with my friend. We are going for aesthetics, where she'll be performing like a facial on me, and we'll be doing makeup.
Really?
Yes.
And there's a competition for that.
Yes.
Okay. Facials. I was.
Jeff and Hood.
Sorry. That my office phone's ringing. I was somewhere yesterday where someone had just put in a new shop, and they do pedicures, manicures, but they also do. Someone else there also does facials. What do you call that person?
An esthetician.
An esthetician. I thought I was getting close, but I would have mispronounced it. An esthetician. So tell me a little bit. You've done facials, obviously.
Yes, we
Well,
had
take
a
me through the
whole
process.
lesson.
Because if I wanted to get a facial, what would happen to me?
So we would drape your bed, and you would lay down in it, and we would begin by cleansing your face, and we would use motions like effleurage. And that basically means that we take our fingers with a very light touch and just start moving up on your face to kind of get your face muscles to relax.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'd go in with a double cleanse. We would exfoliate, and then you get around a 10-minute massage with facial oil. You'd wipe all that off with the hot towel. You get a arm and hand massage. This is just a basic one, too. And then you go in with your serums and your moisturizers, and then you're done.
Well, I'm in. I think I would look pretty good after all that. It would definitely be an improvement. I've got room. I've got room to improve. I'm just saying. Well, that sounds nice. Now, are there more in-depth processes too than just that? Just the basics?
You can get like a dermaplan facial.
Now, what in the world is that?
It's where they take this small, like knife-like thing, and they get all of the little fuzzies off your face, all of your hair.
Well, what if I don't want all my hair off?
Maybe they can just do your forehead and your cheeks.
Oh, okay.
They don't have to take the beard off.
Okay, good. Very good. Can you do a facial with a guy with a beard?
You can. You just have to do it a little bit differently, like the massage movements on the beard.
Okay, very interesting. Very interesting. Well, how does, is that something, no, you said you were headed for basically the dental work.
So actually, when we go to compete, it's going to be my friend competing, and I'm going to be her model. So
okay.
I'm going to get facials the whole time and get my makeup done.
Well, you took the easy route.
Yes.
You took the easy route. Oh, what about you? You got some activities lined up?
We are going to compete at HOSA, and I'm going to be basically giving a speech with 4 other girls. So we pick a subject, and this time we have picked heart disease and heart attacks, and we have to dig deep into that and then present it to a group of judges.
Oh, wow. What have you learned about heart disease?
A lot. I have a lot of family members that have heart diseases, and it's just I don't know, it's just crazy how the heart works and what the heart does.
If you start thinking about the fact that from the moment your heart first began, it's never stopped.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. It carries you through your entire life. And if you ever start thinking about it, it'll worry you. Mm-hmm. It'll actually worry you if you start thinking about it.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. So you've learned a lot about heart disease, no doubt. How's that kind of affected your thinking?
Healthier options.
Yeah.
Honestly, it runs in my family, so I've just thought about it more from that perspective. Eating healthier, working out, just all that stuff to stay healthy.
Have you carried that into being an influencer? Say, you shouldn't eat that. Have you done all that kind of?
I have to a few people and to myself.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, wait just a minute. Before you eat that, let me tell you what that's going to do to you.
Yeah.
I need somebody to go around with me all day for that. Y'all wouldn't volunteer for that, I don't guess, would you? Yeah, I need all the help I can get. It is serious. I actually have a little blockage that I take medicine for because it's not where it can be treated. So I have to kind of watch it, even though I don't do a very good job of it. How about that? Let's talk to this lady. How are you?
Yes, I would be interested. They might not be prepared today, but if for some other time, kind of a profile for the whole group. If they're seniors, overall, how many boys? I would think it was a real incentive to start as a freshman with these because years ago when I was in high school, I graduated in 1962. It was just for seniors. Well, by that time, I don't care how good a grade you make, they may not be high enough to get in, but if you start as a freshman and you have this opportunity, it seems to me it would be a real incentive to want to be in there and stay in there. And if they have any information later for the profile, and do boys drop out more than girls? Because they've mentioned girls more than boys, but that may be vocational interest.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you. Yeah, I think what she's talking about just in general, is there a pretty good mix of male and female participation at the Beta Club? I mean, is it a kind of a half and half, more or less?
We do. It's about half and half. We have lots of boys that compete. I think about half of our winners were boys.
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned several guys there that were competing in.
Yes, our whole engineering team was made up of boys. Guys.
Yep.
Yeah, well, of course, engineering, I guess, kind of falls into the guy thinking more. It just seems that seems to be the way, and healthcare seems to lean toward the ladies more. But it goes, it can vary, I'm sure. That's an interesting thought, though. She mentioned that at her day, evidently, Beta Club was just for seniors, the way I took that. So it's probably evolved over the years, how they've done things and changed things around. We've got a little more time to go. What else would you guys like to share with us this morning? Got any more?
Okay, so how can you support our club?
Yes.
Participate in the tour of homes that we talked about earlier. You can donate towards the club as a business or as an individual, however you would like to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can also participate in the Chuck-a-Duck at our home basketball games during halftime of the girls' game.
The Chuck-a-Duck. Hey, let's revisit the tour of home things, because that's one of the things we wanted to promote but that's happening Sunday, this coming Sunday. So let's take our time and kind of go through that for just a moment. The tour of homes coming up Sunday. It'll be from 1 to 4, and there are 3 homes total.
Yes, sir.
3 homes total, all located here in the Lawrenceburg area, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So let's review those right quick.
So the 3 homes that you'll get to see are the homes of Ben and Emmy Gobble, the home of Doug and Tammy Stokes, and the home of Barry and Sherry Glass.
Well, tell me about them.
All right. So
tell me about those homes.
Ben and Emmy Gobble's home, they have a new home that they built on their Gobble family farm. They have goats and cows and love their farm life. Doug and Tammy Stokes have an older home built in the 1930s that has been renovated with lots of details that reveal that it's an older home with newer amenities. Barry and Sherry Glass. Sherry loves Christmas and decorates so much that she has to start in August. She loves Christmas, and it's a real treasure to see.
Yeah, I think they've been out to our Christmas barn. My family has. Brad and Missy. Have y'all familiar with that? Probably not. Anyway, it's a place called Shepherd's Abiding where they have Christmas decorations. Mm-hmm. It's a big Christmas barn, more or less. But anyway, you can find out more of that at Shepherd's Abiding Facebook page. You can see that. But I know that Barry and Sherry Glass have been out there, and Ben Gobble at the bank. Mm-hmm. That's who that is.
Yes.
And they've got a great home, I'm sure. And all of these homes are great.
Yes,
they're going to be decorated up for Christmas. It'll put you in the Christmas spirit, really,
yes.
too. And of course, the proceeds go to help the Beta Club. How much is it again?
It's $20 per ticket.
$20 per ticket. And how can we get tickets?
You can get tickets from Paper and Thread.
Now, where is Paper and Thread?
Paper and Thread is located on the square.
Paper and Thread on the square. Now, is that the only place you can get tickets?
Yes, sir. And we also have an event page on Facebook that you can follow.
Okay, so let's do that. Let's talk about our Facebook page for just a minute.
Yes, sir. So all you have to do is search Beta Christmas Tour of Homes, and it'll take you to our Facebook page where you can find more information about the Tour of Homes.
So Beta Christmas Tour of Homes on Facebook. And that's, you have to be kind of specific about that, probably.
Yes, sir.
When you look that up. So Beta Christmas Tour of Homes on Facebook will give you more details. And also you can go by Paper and Thread on the square. It's $20. Now, is that $20 per person that goes? $20 per person. And that's a small price to pay to go get in the Christmas spirit and tour these beautiful homes and see all their Christmas decorations, and maybe get a snack or a hot chocolate or something like that as you pass through.
Yes, sir.
Something like that. That would be nice. You know, it's a great time of year. I love to, bring people in. Last night, at the theater, it starts getting you really in the mood for Christmas, doesn't it? When all this stuff happens. You start really thinking about it. Have you guys got a Christmas list or a wish list or anything like that?
I've never made a Christmas list. I usually just say, "Oh, get me whatever."
Yeah.
That's how
Well, you're easy. You're easy. I bet you have a list.
No, I'm pretty much like that too.
Just whatever?
Just whatever.
Oh, you don't have anything that you really, really like or you think about?
Just
not really.
Just
No?
I guess clothes.
Clothes? I think that's important for everybody to have clothes. That's right. I've got a list. My kids actually created an Amazon list and sent it to me.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
We want this, 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 and this.
See, I've never done that.
Well, I'm going to give you some ideas.
Okay.
Get on Amazon and make yourself a list and then send it to your folks. Say, I want this. See what happens. In our case, we just deleted it and moved on. Didn't do it. No, just we have too much. We're very blessed. We're a blessed place, blessed community, and part of BATA and the BATA effort, I think, probably in your leadership roles, is to recognize needs, maybe. And you talked about being involved in the hospice, and you guys are doing that, and that's commendable. That's part of what we want to do, and you guys are helping to formulate that and talk about that. Can y'all talk about that a little bit? How do you guys communicate with each other at school about helping an effort like that?
So during our meetings, we go over hospice. We haven't had our meeting of the month yet this month, but we'll go over all the donation items that are needed, which are going to be like tissues and combs and anything like that, like socks. And then we'll also make Christmas cards at our Christmas party that's going to be next week for our BATA Club members.
Yeah, yeah. I can tell you from just some personal experiences, going out to the nursing homes in places where people have to be confined and elderly, senior living places, things like that. I know that they would tremendously enjoy visits from younger folks throughout the year. That might be something that one of your clubs could think about making a part of their, ongoing activities, is to create a time and a place for some visits like that. Just from my limited visits, I think those folks are there by themselves a lot and kind of forgotten sometimes because we're so busy. You mentioned how busy we are. We keep ourselves quite busy. And that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. We want to do that. But it's good to remember the folks that are in need.
Yes.
And you guys are in a position to do that. Again, this is Emma Woodard and Bette Patterson from Lawrence County High School BATA Club. You are the current president.
Yes, sir.
And you have
am.
been.
Yeah. This is my second year serving as president.
Yeah. Has that been easy or tough or challenging?
I think it was a little tough at first. We changed sponsors this year, so I had to get used to a change throughout that because I expected to just it be so smooth, and it is a lot of leadership and a lot of communication and teamwork. But I think we all work together really good as officers, and we all get along, and it goes by really smoothly.
Who are some of the other officers?
So my VP is Allison Workman. She is a senior at Lawrence County High School. And then our secretary is Alexis Harris. She's also a senior. Our historian is Allie Bradley, and she's the one that takes pictures. I believe she's a junior.
Yes, she is. Do we have another one? Me?
I know, but you're here.
Yes. Our chaplain?
Yes.
And Faith Braswell, she's our treasurer. She's a senior as well.
All right. So an all female officer group.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. That's probably because the guys just didn't want to do it.
Right.
For the most part.
Last year we had 2 boys, but they both graduated last year.
Very good. Very good. Pardon me. I'm sorry. Well, we've got a couple of minutes left. Let's review number 1. I think one of the main goals for having you here today was, again, to promote the tour of homes coming up.
Yes, sir.
And we've just got a couple more minutes. And we want to encourage you, if you will. It's this Sunday from 1 to 4. There are 3 very distinct and unique homes decorated for Christmas. You may want to introduce those again for us.
Okay, so Ben and Emmy Gobble have a new home that they built on their Gobble family farm. They have goats and cows and love the farm life. Doug and Tammy Stokes have an older home that was built in the 1930s that has been renovated with lots of details that reveal that it's an older home with newer amenities. Barry and Sherry Glass. Sherry loves Christmas and decorates so much that she has to start in August. And their house is a real treasure to see.
Awesome, good. Awesome, good. Well, I'm looking forward to it this Sunday from 1 to 4. Tickets are $20 per person, and you can pick those up at Paper and Thread on the square here in town. You can find out more, and let's tell them about the Facebook page again.
We have an event page on Facebook that you can follow. All you have to search is BATA Christmas Tour of Homes, and you can get all the additional information about the Tour of Homes on that Facebook page.
BATA Christmas Tour of Homes on Facebook. You want to do that, and we would encourage you to do that. Now, all the proceeds go to help with funding for Lawrence County High School Beta Club, and you guys have got things to do. Yeah, what's the rest of your day going to be like? We're going to wind this up.
We have started state testing today, so our schedules are all messed up. So
really, state testing. Now, will you have some tests yourselves?
I actually won't until next semester. I think the only senior testing is statistics.
Okay, statistics. We don't. It's hard for me to even say. Oh wow. Well, it's been a great pleasure having you guys here today.
Yes,
Appreciate you coming out. Maybe you can visit again before too long when you got. And don't forget the Chuck-a-Duck.
The Chuck-a-Duck.
And that's going to at the high school ball games.
Yes, the girls' halftime.
The girls' halftime, and you can participate in that. The kids will love that. You want to get out there for the basketball games. That also helps the Beta Club.
Yes.
Well, there was something else. What else was it? Oh, the Big Kahuna.
Yes, Big Kahuna.
Yeah, the Big Kahuna's coming up. You guys will be playing with that and having a lot of fun with that. So we look forward to all that. Well, guys, have a blessed rest of your week. Thank you for coming in. Okay.
Thank you for having us.
All right. We'll see you next time. Okay.
This is WDXE, W287AA, and W237FD Lawrenceburg. Broadcast services of Prospect Communications.
It's one of the biggest cases the Supreme Court will consider this term. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.